Hello, I'm John Yates, and I think it's time to give an update on Arcadia Unlimited. I've been getting a lot of calls and Facebook messages and emails and texts saying, is it open yet? Is it open yet? So I'm going to give a quick update here and give you a tour of where we're at. We are close, but back up and show them the whole sign. We do have the sign up, and it, not to sound immodest, but it is a glorious sign. It's everything I have hoped and dreamed in a sign. We wanted something Vegas, with a Vegas vibe to it, and it definitely has that. And it is working, I just don't have it turned on. Maybe I'll turn it on later in the video, we'll see. And just to show you where we're at, we've got Pinball Paradise right next door, which may in the future be something other than Pinball Paradise, but for now it's Pinball Paradise. And then of course the original Arcadia and the expansion are over there. So we're working our way around the town square here. So we've got the, I'm just gonna kind of babble and tell you all the stuff that's gotten done. We got the sidewalk fixed, we got new steps and a new porch here. So what we've got left is we still need to beautify this porch a little bit. That's in the works. Oh, we got the new storefront in. All the doors and windows. Commercial, they were pretty ratty before. So got the wheelchair ramp coming over here on the side, but it's not poured yet. We just painted the ceiling, so we've got plastic up still to protect stuff. But so we got the ceiling, and this is the area, the ups. You know, phase one is basically the basement, but we needed obviously some part of the upstairs to be finished. We're gonna have a gift shop here in this area, very small gift shop because we don't have very many gifts to sell. And then a couple of nice ADA commercial bathrooms and a new stairway down to phase one. Then we got, this is going to be the entrance to the phase two exhibit, and that's going to be the exit from phase two exhibit up there. Here's the bathrooms. We don't have the lights hung yet, so it's going to be hard to see some of this. Oh wait, I've got a light here. We got tile coming for the bathrooms, and he started on Monday supposedly, but I don't see any evidence of that. But supposedly he was going to start the job on Monday. So, and it's, by the way, it's Thursday now, so you know. And it's we're in middle of November here. So we got the walls painted, got the ceiling in. And we got the plumbing all roughed in. Thank you very much to Redbird Plumbing. Shout out to Redbird Plumbing, they are amazing. So two nice bathrooms. They're gonna be kind of unisex bathrooms. One of them will have a urinal though, that one will be, we're gonna try and figure out a way to mark that one as primarily male, and then the other one as genderless. I don't know how we do that. We'll figure it out. And I'll show you the rest, what phase two is coming. Well, I'll show you that. Let me grab this light to show the stairwell, because we don't have any lights in there. But this is going to be your entrance into the main phase two. We still have to paint in here, and we're going to do some neat artwork stuff in here that I won't spoil for now. This is our brand new stairway down. I'm very proud of this stairway. I built it with my own bare hands, and it's very sturdy. And then this is where I've been working for the last 6 months, every day, coming down here, working on getting games ready, because we want to open with between 250 and 300 games in here, in this basement. So I'm going through these games one at a time. We just line them up we're doing 5 or 6 at a time. We just line them up here, and I'm getting them all, monitors rebuilt, power supplies rebuilt, coin doors in order, Not that we really need them because everything's going to be free play, but I still want to get locks on them and get them cleaned up and functioning because I want everything, you know, if you know me, you know I'm kind of OCD about things being right. So I want every game to have working coin mechs, even though they're not going to be taking coins. And I want every game to be as close to original as possible. So, you know, anything that's been converted to an LCD, I got to convert it back to a monitor, you know, a CRT and that kind of thing. So basically, from here back, these are all games that I've finished and processed. They're completely as restored, quote unquote, as they can get. And they're ready to go. 100%, we could plug in every one of these and it'll play perfectly. And then over here, there's some more in that corner. And then we're working in the middle. We're running out of room on this side, but that's the way things go. So let me just show you some of the work we did. I like to do things kind of artistically. So when we covered these walls, we incorporated some of these video game sides. Back when I was more ignorant as a young man, I destroyed a lot of games just because, you know, I'd have like 6 armor attacks, and I thought, well, what do I need 6 armor attacks for? So I would take like the 2 worst ones and just scrap them and take the parts out of them because storage was expensive. Well, I wish I hadn't done that, but at least I kept the sides and I'm using them and I stopped doing that back around, I don't know, before 2000, let's just say. And there was always a reason. I mean, I didn't take like a mint condition working game, but still, I know there's still people that'll think that was a sin, but I've confessed my sins, so. So here we have another marquee wall similar to the one in Arcadia, a little bit bigger and lights up a lot better because I'm using a massive amount of LED lighting back behind there. There's, how many lumens are back there? Like 80,000 lumens lighting that up. So, and I tried to do more, in the other arcade I tried to use like rare, obscure marquees that I was never going to have in the arcade. And in here I tried to use more common, like what people would remember, because this is going to be a good photo spot for people. We're going to put a bench here so people can take their little family picture there. Well, there's probably no one watching this video who's ever been in this basement before. But if you had, you would have known that we had a major structural issue with the front of this building. The porch was about to collapse, and that would have pulled down the whole front of the building. And so that's what kind of kept me from starting this project for like a decade, because I couldn't find anyone that knew how to fix that problem. I finally found somebody that knew how to fix it. We got it fixed. And that's what that concrete block wall represents. That was a massive undertaking, but that's why we're here today. We wouldn't be here today doing this if that had not been repaired. More games that are ready to go, and then back here I'll show you we got 2 new heating and cooling units, and I had to build little utility rooms around them. So there's one of the little utility rooms that's just got a furnace in it. We can show the furnace. It's got some bling on it. It's a Duquesne, whatever that is. But one little utility area. Oh, and we've got, I don't know if I should announce this or not because it may or may not end up happening, but you know, my oldest daughter's an artist. She's done all the art in all the hotels in the Arcadia. And I have commissioned her to paint a mural on this brick wall because this is going to be open. We aren't going to have beams in front of that wall. So I've commissioned her to paint a mural. This is an 80-foot wall, and she's going to fill it, she tells me. I don't know if I'm going to be able to afford it is the problem, because as she gets older, she's less affordable, let's just say. Her time gets more and more valuable, and her art gets better and better. So you can add that to your prayer list that I'm able to afford to get that mural done. Let's walk back here. I'll show you the other utility room. You can see this is a nice big space, and I haven't even, this is only half of it. But here's the other utility room I had to build to house another furnace. This was just a big open space before. So here's electrical box, and we got nice Wi-Fi enabled breakers, so we can turn things on and off with the phone. That'll be awfully handy. I'm being sarcastic, by the way, but. And here's our other furnace back here. This, you might be wondering, what are these windows that are lit up here? This is another thing I thought of since I was building a wall. I hate to just build a wall and not do anything interesting with it, so I thought, let's put in a bunch of panes and a bunch of shelves, and we'll have, I'm going to call it Founder's Wall, and I'm just going to fill it with oddities and knickknacks and stuff I've collected over the years that, for people who come to the arcade, like with their family, and they don't really care about arcade games and they're bored to tears, it'll give them something to go and look at and think, oh, that's interesting, you know. So, just one of those things. I gave one pane to Jeff. Some of you who know me know Jeff. He's my, I call him my sidekick because I just don't know what else to call him. He's not really an employee. He's a friend, but I call him a sidekick. But I gave him one of the panes for his bottle collection. He and I both, you know, people that grew up like really into arcade games have a lot of, you find out that you have a lot in common. Well, we both collected pop bottles. So I said, all right, Jeff, you can display your bottle collection. So this was half of the phase one. Now here's the other half. And this half is what I'm emptying into that side. So I need to get this completely empty so I can just finish everything. I need to finish installing the lights. Because it's not going to be lit by these fluorescents. It's going to be lit by track lights, which are already installed. I just need to get the fixtures in. And then we need to finish the floors. The floors are kind of nasty. I had to build another utility room up here because this was going under the porch, and I just didn't want people messing around up here. But I'm using it as my monitor storage space. You can show some of the monitors in there. Like most video game collectors, I have to have a big supply of extra monitors. These are my 27-inch and 25-inch extra monitors. And then we've got our wall of extra 19-inch monitors there. We'll have to figure out something about that. But anyway, I mean, a lot's been done. You can probably see all the wiring is new. We completely gutted all the wiring, and it's brand new, commercial grade. I actually hired an electrician this time. I didn't do it myself, so it will probably be reliable. This is going to be, we're going to have like a party room kind of area up here in front, just a small area because I want to cram as many games in here as possible, so I don't want to waste too much space with tables, but this area I'll leave so that if somebody wants to have a small birthday party, they can do it. And this over here is my elevator for getting games in and out. I reclaimed an old door that was in this building. I think it was like covering the meat room or something 100 years ago. And I made it the door to block my elevator in. It moves so smoothly. Of course, the elevator's really only for moving games. If I ever win the lottery, I'll put in an elevator for people, but at this point, I don't have the money for that. So, let's see, is there anything else to show? I plan to have the rest of these games in here out within maybe a week, and then we'll start finishing this. So, we're hoping to be open as close to January of 26 as possible. And the HVAC system is all done too. You can see all the new ductwork in the ceiling, and I hired that done this time too by a guy that's an absolute genius. Jason Burness, thank you. Shout out to, I don't know if he wants a shout out actually, because he only does it on the side and he may not want more business, but he's awesome. I couldn't have done it without him. Let's go up and I'll show you the future phase 2. I'm going to show you what used to be phase 3. I actually just decided to delete phase 2. Phase 2 was going to be a pinball wing, but I realized I really need the space for doing what I want to do with phase 3. And I'm just going to need to build a new building for phase 2, which I'm going to have a whole building just for pinball. Because it wasn't going to be enough room for the pinballs anyway, and it wasn't leaving enough room for phase 3, which is going to be an exhibit. So remove phase 2, and then I moved phase 3 back to phase 2. Like that matters. So right now, actually you can't even see in there because it's just packed with games. We'll go this way. This is next. As soon as we get phase 1 open, I'll start working up here, and it's going to take a fair bit of work, as you can see, because it's just wide open. Used to be a grocery store. But this is going to be a really cool exhibit with lots of rooms. And it's going to be kind of like a maze. I don't want to give everything away, but it's going to be really cool. Okay. I think I'm being told to wrap it up. I do sometimes get diarrhea of the mouth, as they say. So, and there's more of the building back behind here too. I haven't decided yet if that's going to be, I think that'll be more of phase 1 actually. I'm going to fill it with more vids. But you can kind of see, did you pan around just to show all the games? This is just some of the extra games. But and that's part of the problem, as you guys know. I've got so many games that it's hard to get them moved around to make room to do remodeling. So we've started moving down to Atlanta. We've been starting to buy some of the buildings down there and get those filled with games. So once I finish one of the buildings down there, I'll be able to empty the rest of this down there, and then we can start on phase 3. So that's where we're at. Thank you for watching, and hope to see you in January or soon thereafter.